Well, today I'm in Detroit checking out a water main break. A 54-inch water main broke and damaged about 400 houses. In the back you can see a little bit of an aftermath of what's going on.
We turn to our other top story on this Monday. A southwest Detroit neighborhood flooded and frozen after a massive water main break overnight.
Neighbors waking up to find their basements, cars, and streets flooded.
First responders rescuing dozens of people and their pets who were trapped in their homes by this rising water. And we want to give you an idea of just how large of an area this water main break impacted. The break occurring at Rowan and Beard. From there, the water spilling several blocks, and you can see the affected areas highlighted in red there. City officials saying today neighbors encountered upward of 5 feet of standing water.
But I wanted to come out and put some eyes on it because, for one, this is a big deal. This is one of the largest water main breaks in the city's history, affecting once again 400 homes, a number of families. It's going to be a pretty expensive cleanup, but it's also in a time of political turmoil with regard to the current administration and their focus on deportation. This happening in southwest Detroit incorporates a large number of Hispanic individuals, but just checking it out, seeing what type of damage it actually caused, and also the actual water main break up close. I've seen it in a few news videos and things of that nature, but I want to see what it looks like in person. I'm going to try to sneak into the work site as close as possible to try to lay eyes on it and show you what it looks like with regard to what they're doing and how they're repairing it currently. But yeah, this is a pretty big deal. The city is really active in trying to get this repaired in one format or another. They have a number of contractors out helping to clean out the basements of the individuals who were affected in this neighborhood. And they are actually going to be starting to repair and or replace things like appliances, HVAC systems, hot water tanks, things of that nature. But with that said, there's nothing that you can do to basically replace what you've lost with regard to the type of damage that something like this has on a community.
Today is a big day because crews are going to be getting into homes, cleaning and sanitizing basements. They're also removing a lot of the belongings that were damaged in people's basements because of that flooding. And it's not just this house. If you look across the street there, another house with just a pile of their belongings on the road here. And this is why crews have to begin a process today that could take about 6 weeks. We're talking about 400 homes in a square mile. That is going to be a lot of work. And on Friday, city contractors started cleaning, sanitizing basements, removing debris and standing water. Crews started with 4 homes on Army Street. That's about 2 blocks away from the water main break in southwest Detroit.
So it looks like there are potentially 3 breaks. Here's one. I see one here. I see the main break there, which is once again something that I'm going to try to sneak over and get an image of as best as I can. But then I also see some water running on the opposite side of where this main work area is. So I'm wondering if, I know that there were 2 breaks, but to me it looks like there may have been 3. I got the construction area sign keep out, so I'm not gonna get into the actual construction site, but I just want to show you what it looks like on a Sunday afternoon. The city repairing, once again, the largest water main break in the city's history, right here in southwest Detroit. So unfortunate, but once again, the city has been really active at getting this repaired.
Well, the Great Lakes Water Authority says it will take about 2 weeks to repair the pipe. Crews have to test the pipe and inspect it and then conduct bacterial tests before they put it back in service.
So it does look like the health department is on the scene. So I'm going to go and see exactly what type of services they're offering and see how many people are taking advantage of their services. Are you guys volunteering? I got a YouTube channel, really random. Is it possible I can get like a quick interview from you guys? You can say no, of course, obviously.
You have a YouTube channel?
Yeah.
Tell me what you do in the YouTube channel.
I just try to share authentic stories of the city of Detroit and people who are doing amazing things.
What you do seems valuable, but we're volunteers.
Understandable.
Not for the neighborhood.
Okay, yeah, that's
so
fine.
You might want to talk to somebody that volunteers that's within the neighborhood.
Absolutely. All right. Thank you guys so much.
Story.
So as you can see here, I mean, the amount of damage is pretty extensive. Pretty extensive. I'm going to assume that probably everybody's basement had some type of damage. And in some cases, some homes had water all the way up to the first floor. So imagine waking up and having water from the basement flooding your first floor. That is insane. That is insane. But a number of residents are out going through the cleanup process and, from my guess, prepping for some type of assistance that will be coming from the city of Detroit over the next few weeks here. The city of Detroit has contracts out with a number of entities, clean out crews to HVAC repairmen. So pretty intriguing to see, you know, the quick response from the city on such a massive catastrophe that we're witnessing today.
Well, 170 families are in hotels paid for by the city and GLWA. Work begins here to restore their homes.
We have contractors starting on Monday that'll begin repairing furnaces, hot water tanks, and appliances, and replacement if need be.
But first things first, they have to clear everything out of those basements that were damaged. And you can just see in front of one home the extent of damage. Some homes actually had water up until the first floor. An important reminder for homeowners, you need to sign those waivers so that these contractors can get inside your home and start cleaning and sanitizing. We've got all that information up on clickondetroit.com. But again, 400 homes. That process begins today, and it could take about 6 weeks to complete.
So the health department had a decent amount of stuff on hand. They had food, diapers, toothbrushes, things of that nature, and heat. So I do know that, from my understanding, there aren't that many houses without power, but there are a number of houses without hot water or water in general. I think only 4 houses don't have access to actual water, a water feed. But with that said, there probably are a number of homes that don't have heat due to the damage of HVAC system, things of that nature. So, you know, at the very least, they can go into the health department's vehicle for quick access to heat. But more importantly, there are probably a number of organizations in the community that are providing safe shelter and the ability for people to, you know, have a place to lay their head if they need that. But for this to happen in Southwest Detroit at this time, it's pretty nerve-wracking for the people in this area due to the focus that the current administration has on deportation. And so there are a number of organizations and in some scenarios, some residents that are uncomfortable with even taking help from the city and potentially from the federal government, depending on what the scenario may be. But, with that said, I appreciate you chiming in, checking this out with me in real time. Pretty unfortunate scenario, and I'm hoping that the city can get this taken care of as quick as possible. I'll see you in the next video.